my question to you is regarding how you, as a young leader, how do you, envision the future of Maharashtra, both in terms of economic development as well as the social development of Maharashtra?
Only and only focus will be largely to see in terms of an analytical perspective of how we question our own selves over what policies we bring in. Because we need to do a SWOT analysis of the policies that we currently have. Today, unfortunately, I can say that when we used to compare Maharashtra to other states a few years ago, we used to be one of those leading states in terms of peace, in terms of communal harmony, in terms of women's safety, in terms of low crime records, in terms of democratic process that is assured that it will be democratic and not, looked at as booth capturing and things like that. Today, can I say that for Maharashtra? It's heartbreaking to say no, because unfortunately we are in a phase in Maharashtra where we've had an unconstitutional government for almost a year and a half. The Supreme Court is pushing the dates and somehow letting the tribunal actually dictate terms for the Supreme Court. Now they've said 30th is the final case. So we're hoping that the Supreme Court takes note of what is happening. But again, um, the the government from 2019, or rather the assembly from 2019 to 2024, can be seen in two complete different lights. One is the MVA, where you had the Shiv Sena, the Congress, and the NCP, plus our allies come together. Uh, it was said that we were three different perspectives, three different ideologies coming together, but it actually worked. You had three different ideologies coming together for the benefit of the state, and without much hassle, the state was running, quite fine. I mean, not to judge or give more marks to our own government, but even during COVID, the industries were doing really well. Magnetic Maharashtra was going fine. We could pull a lot of, investment into Maharashtra to the tune of almost 6 lakh crores. So, all the MOUs, almost 98% of them were converted to actually ground work. So that was one. The other side was, yes, we had a few upheavals in agriculture sector where you had hailstorm, you had unseasonal rainfall, but every farmer could tell you that help has reached the person, help has reached the farmlands. Today, that is not happening. When I ask the farmers whether they would want their next generation to come into agriculture, uh, they say a vehement no. They do not want the next generation to become farmers because the cost of farming has increased, the returns have gone down, and there's no government help. There's nobody even going to them saying, we stand with you. So I think that is the second part. You look at the crime, you look at women being abused, you look at women MPs being abused, you have crimes going up. Unfortunately, we're in a phase of complete shattered politics today. You can't call this politics. This is a regime which is running its own rig. But then I have hope because obviously every exit poll, not exit poll, survey, every poll that is happening in Maharashtra today says that normalcy will return. That is where we stand to, sort of have hope. In terms of vision, I think I cannot just dominate the vision on my own. Because if I say this is my vision, it is going to be just my vision. And it cannot be my vision, and I hope and pray that every government in India, be it the union government and be it state government, they need to have a consensus government. You cannot have a single party government, and maybe some of you might not agree to this, but you look at this, every time in the past 30 years or 40 years, we've had a coalition government. You had a stronger country, but a weaker government. And the minute you have a stronger government, you have a weaker country, a weaker democratic process, a weaker people's voice, and a strong government. So we need to have a stronger country and a government that is actually dependent on consensus and on other parties to come together. So it has to be our vision rather than my vision.